out there be like, ah.
Well, just it's kind of reminded me in the sense of like, you ever watch that show A Thousand Ways to Die?
Yo, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's a great show.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to Ron Perlman for being the narrator for that one, man. Fucking great
Oh,
job.
he was? I didn't know
He
that.
was, sir.
Oh, that's cool.
We got 1,000 ways to die. Dude,
And
fucking Hellboy's narrating this.
not one of them is Hellboy, sadly. It should be on the list, but it's not.
Like, meet Jonathan. 38-year-old man walking down the streets of Los Angeles. All of a sudden, fucking Hellboy just comes out and punches him.
Yeah. That'd be perfect. Punch him!
Oh, yeah. So there was one that they did. I forget like where the hell it happened, but apparently these guys were having like a fight with like using like cocoa powder and like some. I think it was like a bakery. I think. Um,
Hmm.
but they were. It's almost like they were having like a pillow fight with like these bags of like cocoa powder.
The all-new Kia K5 is bringing...
I swear to God, man. Fuck these goddamn ads. Fuck you.
Well, tell us how you really feel.
Goddamn, trying to fucking read an article and you tell me you want to sell me a car. I already got one, piece of shit. Anyways, so we are having like a pillow fight with like these bags of like cocoa powder, and like there was so much flying around that they were like starting to breathe it in, and they just essentially choked on cocoa powder.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So people actually died from this?
Yeah, people died. Like they didn't die from this, the Swiss town being coated in cocoa powder. No, no, no.
But this is from before.
Yeah, this is
that's
from,
happened. That people had a pillow fight with cocoa powder and then died from
yeah,
choking
because
on
they
chocolate.
were in like an enclosed area. Like this was a ventilation system was blowing it out. See what I'm saying?
Oh, what a way to go! Death by chocolate, literally.
You know, one of these days. One of these days. If this podcast ever becomes successful, I'm gonna get you a joke writer.
You're the first to go.
Give him a week before you do something bad to him. Oh man.
Well, there was actually a really bad molasses spill in Boston.
Yeah, the history was like there was a tank of molasses that exploded.
Yeah.
And like apparently like the urban legend is like if you go to that area on like a really like hot day and whatnot, you can still smell the molasses.
Yeah, you could smell it.
Your mama smells.
I
Like that makes no sense.
smell molasses, people.
That's right. I'm like molasses. I'm sweet and I'm thick. And I make cookies.
And I make cookies. Oh my god. I did watch that video, by the way, that you sent me of the best of Kiss getting pissed off.
Oh God, how funny is
There's
that?
there's a few of those, and they're great.
Yeah.
They're great. Because the first one has the "Hey you with the laser."
Yeah.
Come on up here. I'll shove it up your ass.
The part where he's like, I gotta keep going at this guy. Just because
Yeah.
you shave, listen to me. Just because you shave, you're still a little boy. It's like Paul, like look, there's a difference between like you threatening me and we'll just say like Sebastian Bach threatening me.
Well, Sebastian Bach will just accuse you of plagiarism from 3 years ago. Apparently, he won't threaten you.
No, he'll just accuse you of threatening to a tape.
Yeah, yeah. And then he'll challenge you to a threat off.
No, but like here's the thing. If Paul Stanley like threatens me to like kick my ass and Sebastian Bach threatens to kick my ass, which one do you think I'm going to be more terrified of?
Probably Sebastian Bach.
Yeah. Because Paul Stanley's adorable when he tries to threaten you.
Oh man, it's true though. It's true.
Anyways, on to the next news article. This one happened. Let's see, July 14th of this year. But I figure since you're a Ninja Turtle fan, you'll probably get the reference a little bit.
All right, all right.
Pizza shop owner thwarts robbery by tossing pie at suspect.
Nice.
This was in Greenwood, Delaware. Again, this is on Huffington Post. The owner of a pizza shop used his available resources to fend off a robbery attempt by a man with a machete outside of his store in Delaware, police said. He threw a pizza at him.
Shit.
The only thing I'm thinking of is
You're
that
going for
intro
a
to that.
slice, man.
Yeah, like the only thing I'm thinking of is like the intro to that, like the '86 Ninja Turtles cartoons, just Raph throwing the fucking pizza in somebody's face. Like that actually worked.
Yeah.
Like shit.
That's hilarious. But I can't believe that actually worked. That throwing a pizza at somebody worked. Throwing a pizza at somebody with a machete was successful in defense.
Yep. The owner told
What
troopers.
world do we live in?
Yeah. Here's the thing, man. Like the owner told troopers that a man with a machete approached him demanding money. He said he told him he didn't have any and threw a pizza at him, causing the shieldy welding man to flee in a car. Troopers say that the shop owner was not injured. They're asking anyone with information to contact state police. The news release doesn't say how the pizza was disposed of. Because that's an important part of the story, I guess.
Seriously, who wrote that article? No word on how the pizza was disposed of. Could have been eaten. Could have been thrown out. We don't know. Don't hold our feet to the fire on this one. Jeez, don't grill us. Come on. We only get so many details.
Jesus!
Seriously. I mean, we're experts. We're not, miracle workers. Give us a break.
Look, here comes another motherfucker!
I mean, I guess if the pizza's hot enough and like you get the cheese on, you're like, ah,
Yeah,
and you run away. But like,
yeah, but like I get how that could like stun you for a second.
But like, if you have a machete and they have a pizza, I think you've got the upper hand. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, how did he get fended off by a pizza? What? Okay, I mean, I'm glad no one got hurt, but that's weird.
Yeah.
What kind of robber's like, oh, you know what? He threw pizza at me. Maybe he or she was just really sensitive about getting dirty, and they're like, it's like Howie Mandel, man. He's like, dirty. I gotta go shower. You bastard! You could have done anything. You threw pizza at me.
Fuck off, Gizmo.
I'm gonna go blow up a condom with my nose.
I don't need this. They want to reboot of Bobby's World. I could go do that. That's fine. Like, you didn't have to come to that realization by like threatening me with a machete in my own shop here.
Oh man.
God, I love some of these articles. Like, it's kind of funny how like none of them like happened in Florida.
I was gonna ask you where this happened.
That was in Delaware.
That was in Delaware.
Yes.
Where was the first one?
The first one was in Berlin.
Oh yeah, Switzerland.
Berlin at the
Berlin.
the lint factory. Yep.
That's Germany.
Yep. All right, so we got 2 more articles here.
So we've gone international.
Oh, we have.
Oh man.
All right, so these ones are a little more recent. So this one was from September 18th, and just like by the title of this one, I figured you'd be interested in this one because fuck it, it's 2020. Science really doesn't matter anymore, does it?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Hang on, let me buckle my seatbelt here.
I'm surprised you're sitting down.
Well, I kind of have to be apparently.
Let's see.
Although I'm ready to flee for the door at any moment, just in case. This is really terrible.
Man who made knife from frozen poop among 2020 IG Nobel winners.
Excuse me?
So, a guy was nominated for the 2020 IG Nobel Prize win, like the prize winners. It was a guy that made a knife from frozen poop.
Was this to show, like, I can only imagine that this is because he was showing, like, hey, back in, like, Neanderthal times, they could have made a knife out of poop.
So
Was that the premise
no,
here?
So the article says this year's IG Nobels, the spoof prizes for dubious but humorous scientific achievement, should have been renamed the Ick Nobels. So it's saying an anthropologist who tested an urban legend by fashioning a knife out of frozen human feces, and a man who found that spiders oddly gave scientists who study insects the heebie-jeebies are among the 2020 winners.
So these are specifically designed to be odd. Like,
Yes.
oh.
These are
That
like
kinda
spoof
takes a
prizes,
little-
apparently.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there was some sort of urban myth about whether or not you could fashion a usable knife out of human shit.
Yeah, and apparently the guy's saying it was a nightmare. It took us months, but we got it.
I can only imagine it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about
So,
it.
This year's winners also included a collection of world leaders who think they're smarter than doctors and scientists. Gee, I wonder where that happened. A team of Dutch and Belgian researchers who looked at why chewing and other sounds people make drive us crazy.
Huh. Like cracking your knuckles and shit?
Yeah, or just like chewing on a piece of gum or something like that. Like, why does that drive people crazy?
Yeah. And yet for some people it's like ASMR or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Although people are different, you know?
Yeah. But it's
Go figure.
But it's also like this is a guy that had way too much fucking time on his hands.
Yeah.
He's just sitting around like one day just going, I got an idea. I want to make a knife out of poop.
Seriously.
And somebody should have stopped him right there and just said, no, just don't.
Don't you have a family
Like,
or a hobby or
I'm sure you
anything?
I'm sure you could do it, but why?
Right.
Well,
Right.
Want to see if we can make a knife out of poop? No.
To what end?
Yeah. Are you going to make an entire cutlery set out of human poop? Or are you just going to stop at a knife? Or how are you going to test this knife? Are you going to try and rob a pizza place?
Well, after the knife, we decided to just say fork it.
Yeah. I made a poop machete.
Maybe that's why he fled. He wasn't sure if the machete would hold up because it was frozen shit.
Yeah.
So as soon as they threw the
machete
pie, he
just
was like,
started
it's gonna melt.
You know what? Keep that in mind too. Like the next time you're watching
My
like a
poop
Friday the
machete.
13th movie, it's like
Oh man,
Jason running around with a frozen hunk of shit in his hand.
a poop shetty.
Like,
Shit shetty.
like especially like Jason X, where he's like up in space and it's like, it's okay, guys. He just wanted his poop back. Like, this is a lot different than I remember it.
Yeah.
Like, crap, he needs another machete. He's on a space toilet taking a dump. And you just see him like.
It really changed Dogma too, because the poop monster could be like the T-1000 from the Terminator and grow like.
Oh, it'd be like Clayface from fucking Batman, yeah.
Yeah. Shit face.
Way to go, shithead. It's Clayface. No, it's not.
Now it's shit face.
It's shitface.
I don't want to be shit face. You're shit face.
So I gotta see how the fuck he did this, because now I'm curious.
Well, you said it was frozen, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's...
So, Metin
Oh,
Aaron,
or-
I guess the person's name, is an assistant professor of anthropology at Kent State University in Ohio and co-director of the university's experimental archaeology lab. So, okay, I guess.
When he's not digging shit up, he's making stuff out of his own shit.
Yeah. So let's see. They used real human feces frozen to minus 50 degrees centigrade and filed to a sharp edge. He then tried to cut meat with it.
Presumably not to eat, but just I assume as an experiment, I would hope.
Yeah. So it said the poop knives failed miserably. There's not a lot of basis emphatically for this fantastic story. The study is a little gross, but this makes an important point. There are a lot of narratives out there based on phony or unproven science. Quote, the point of this was to show that evidence and fact-checking are vital.
I guess, but who in their right mind would actually think that it's a viable thing to make a knife out of poop? And
Or like, how does
why would you even try?
Or like, how does that even prove your point that like fact checking needs to be done? Like, you know, you write like a term like you go to college or even in fucking high school and you're writing a term paper or something like that. Like, you have to check your sources. You have to, you know, show where you got your sources from. You got to prove your points there.
Right.
Nobody's just like, you know, nobody's turned it in with like a frozen poop, like a poop knife. And like, what the hell is this? Well, it just shows I did all my fact checking. No, it doesn't. This tells me you wasted a lot of time making a knife out of